Hello everyone, welcome back my channel.
Chicago Sky Botched JuJu Watkins and Angel Reese Superteam claims 4x WNBA champion. A blank canvas stretched before the Chicago Sky, inviting them to craft a masterpiece, but they opted for a win-now approach, adding former WNBA champions Courtney Vandersloot and Ariel Atkins. With a four-time WNBA champion questioning their moves and their 2027 pick in Washington's hands, did they just gamble away their future? According to a recent episode of the podcast A Touch More, Sue Bird broke down the trade that saw the Sky send the number 3 pick in the 2025 WNBA draft, along with future draft assets, to the Washington Mystics in exchange for Ariel Atkins. The Mystics are like, "You are not having this party without us," Bird said, dealing Ariel Atkins to the Chicago Sky for the number 3 pick in the draft. So, who won the trade? It's not quite blockbuster, but it's a pretty big one. Bird highlighted the complexity of the deal, pointing out that in addition to the 2025 third overall pick, the Sky also parted with a 2027 second-rounder and a pick swap in 2027. That, to me, is the most interesting part, Bird noted. If things play out in a certain way, and if the next CBA negotiation still makes it hard or impossible in JuJu Watkins' case to come out early, she's going to be coming out in that 2027 draft class. The implications are massive. JuJu Watkins isn't just a star, she's a franchise changer. The USC phenom is widely projected to be the number 1 pick in 2027, and with the Chicago Sky's pick swap in place, Washington could be in line to land a generational talent if the chips fall their way. Watkins' impact at USC has been seismic. Before she arrived, the Trojans were an afterthought, struggling to a 12-16 record in 2021-22. Then she showed up, and everything changed. 21 wins, an NCAA tournament berth, and a revival of a once-proud program. This season, she's putting up Caitlin-Clark-esque numbers, even shattering some of Clark's records. Her 2024-25 stat line is nothing short of dominant. 24.4 PPG, 6.7 RPG, 3.6 APG, 42.9 FG%. Meanwhile, Angel Reese has been stacking monster performances of her own, fresh off a 20-20 game in the unrivaled tournament. With her 13.6 PPG and 13.1 RPG in her rookie season, Reese has already solidified herself as one of the best young bigs in the WNBA. Hence, the stakes? Enormous. As Sue Bird implied, the conversation around JuJu Watkins isn't just about how good she is now, it's about how she could potentially form a super team with Angel Reese in Chicago. But with the Sky's pick swap in place, that dream might never materialize. Even if Watkins was in the cards, Chicago had a shot at landing Hannah Hidalgo or Madison Booker, both players of nearly the same caliber. Given Sky's current state, coming off a 13-27 season, Chicago's decision to trade that level of future security for Atkins, a solid but not transcendent player, raises serious questions. Atkins, to her credit, is an elite defender and a capable scorer, averaging 14.9 points, 3.4 rebounds, and 3.1 assists last season, while shooting 35.7% from 3. She adds immediate value to a Sky team that desperately needs veteran leadership. But will she be around long enough to justify the price Chicago paid? With the WNBA's collective bargaining agreement set to change in 2026, Atkins, like nearly every other player on a veteran deal, will be a free agent next offseason. That's where the risk multiplies. If Atkins chooses to leave, the Sky will have effectively traded a future franchise-changing draft pick for a 1-year rental. Even if they core her, assuming that rule remains in the new CBA, it's no guarantee she'll want to stay. And well, JuJu seems like she will declare for the 2027 draft. Meanwhile, Watkins addressed the WNBA's draft eligibility rule during an appearance on Good Game with Sarah Spain, acknowledging the complexity of the issue. I definitely think we should have the option, Watkins said. There's just been such a growth in college basketball where it's like, why would you want to leave? Because you're able to have that experience and build your brand here in college as well. I would definitely say we should have the option, but I think college is a way to prepare us for the pros as well.
So, I don't know.
It's a touchy subject, but I'm for it. Her words hit at the heart of a debate that could shape the future of women's basketball. Under the current WNBA CBA, players must be 22 years old in their draft year, for years removed from high school, or forego remaining NCAA eligibility. That's a stark contrast to the NBA, where prospects can declare at 19, often after just 1 year of college or a pro stint overseas. But here's the wrinkle. The WNBA's CBA expires on October 31st, 2027. If the new agreement allows for earlier draft eligibility, Watkins might not have to wait as long as expected to go pro.